Alright, shalom, shalom, shalom. It's your brother Mawad coming to you again, out on the highway and the byway, bringing out this gospel, this truth, to edify the hopefully elect of Yahshua Israel, so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Latinos. We want 2/3 of our people to get out of the great Babylon, America. It's going to be destroyed. And it's always a pleasure to let Esau the Edomite, the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of, know that we're sick and tired of you. We're complaining to the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, to destroy your monkey ass off the face of this earth. Before we get started, let's turn these to give all glory on to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to teachers, elders, and the boss of Great Millstone, likewise, for the filling of the truth. Faithfully, fearlessly feeding the sheep and dear brothers and sisters tuning in. Shalom. And astonishingly, it always amazes me. You know, I mean, we were in the world, but I mean, these people were really in that spirit of merge still, despite the fact that you see everything that's going on and taking place here in Great Babylon, America. You have the courts of the U.S. Fighting Trump against this these bomb-rushing ICE raids that they're conducting all across the United States. You have the Homeland Security, Secretary of Homeland Security is saying that there's not going to be any type of sanctuary cities that they're not going to go into, that they're going to go into all cities here in Great Babylon, America, and that is true. That is absolutely true. Okay? They're going to go in there. They're going to go after the children of Israel in these cities. We read about that in 2nd Esdras. Okay? You have what's taking place over there in Russia and Ukraine. Trump is supposed to be meeting with the Putin and Zelensky, you know, where they're going to come up with a way to end this war. You know, and Trump being that guy that was in the business world, thing that he's a wheeler and dealer, you know, a deal maker. But the fact is that it's not you who makes the deal, but okay, you're just an instrument of the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai, who is to bring everything into prophetic happening. It's already been how this is going to go. Russia is still an adversary that you're going to have to worry about. Okay. And Israel, the state of Israel, is going to draw the United States into that war. But getting back here, okay, people don't understand what the terror of the Lord and how He's going to be bringing that about. But we do, which is why when we come out and we preach, obviously the 2/3 are not going to listen to us, and that's fine. We're out here for the elect, those that were here and those that were forbear. Okay, and we pray to the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai to show mercy on us when He unleashed this doggone devil on this earth. This is the book of Psalm 64, and starting with verse 1. And we're going to go through the whole chapter. This whole chapter that says, to the musician, the Psalm of David, hear my voice, O power, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Who's the enemy? Esau, Edomite, the so-called white man. If we were to have a memory of what we experienced under the subjection of this man's cruelty during slavery, Jake would be a lot more fearful. If the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai just put a vision, or maybe a vision in the head of these Jakes of how cruel this man really is, and then understand that man's going is that of the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai, meaning what? Whatever Esau is doing to you is what the Lord is putting Esau to go do. He is the whipping stick of the Lord on the left side. They would get in place. They would get in order. It says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. When they're talking about rounding you up, building these secret, they're not even secret anymore. Building these, I put up a video yesterday concerning these internment camps. I call them dog kennels, because when you look at a dog kennel with cages and the dogs are inside, they're pouring up against the doggone wires. This is how a lot of people look right now in these doggone kennels. When dogs are in these kennels, until somebody come inside and clean up the shit or bring them water or food, there's nothing that they can do except scratch and paw and yelp. And this is all our people are doing inside those so-called immigration detention centers. They're pouring and chlorine. They're not being fed. They're not getting baths. They're sleeping in shit. They're being treated like doggone animals, which is exactly what Esau the Edomite, the so-called white man, referred to us. But yes, so you got proud niggas and sticks walking around. Don't think that they're referring that to them. Okay? have their head down on the ground, like how an ostrich will put their head down on the ground, you know, to not look up and see what's happening around. It says, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. Like if they shoot in secret at the perfect, suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. Okay, because we know at some point in time Esau is going to make his move on us. We already know that every brother in this ministry stand on the highway and the byway. If you're out here, you would know that we are a mark. Okay, we're a target. There's a reason why they're not taking down the channels. The reason why they're not taking down the channels is because they want to use those as a mean to persecute us and prosecute us when it becomes, you know, illegal on the whole entire earth that you can't say nothing against these doggone kike on this right here. These people I'm talking about right here, and I'm saying these are fucking right here. These doggone motherfuckers right here. All they are is just doggone freaking doggone men. They're nothing. Okay? When I say men, the cavemen that are right there. Okay? Our power, Yahweh Bashim Shai is giving them the power. So we don't fear them. Alright? Continuing. It says, they search all the iniquities and accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. They search all things, man. They're looking at deep space. They're looking to see where they can run to. They're looking at the bottom of the ocean. They're looking to see where they can go hide. They're digging, you know, holes in the ground that are like, what, 20, 30 miles deep under the earth's crust and building secret cities and bases underneath there. Okay? They have technology that they're not revealing to the earth. You're going to see those, especially like the weaponry that they're going to be using when they're going to go fight Yahweh Shai when he returns. You're going to see some exotic things. Lord willing, we live to see that battle. I pray to the Lord Yahweh Shai allow me to see that battle. I want to see it. I really want to see it. I want to see Esau get his ass monumentally kicked on this earth. But they search out deep, man. Jake is an experiment, like in that movie. You know, they clone Tyrone. Basically, I mean, you know, it's kind of like almost like a metaphor of them cloning niggas and spicks all over the country. The worst of the worst. They're not going to go and clone righteous men. They're not going to go clone, you know, righteous Jakes that are actually going to be profitable to society and especially profitable to their own tribe. No, they're going to clone the worst of the worst. And our people are all too happy and too eager to go please this man in doing wickedness. Because our brothers and sisters out there in the world, they don't value their own people. They don't value you and me. All right? They're not putting the energy and the work to go there and prophesy against this place. To expose this devil for what he really is all about. They're afraid. All this bad talk, all these people driving in their Challengers and their badass car and stuff, and they're playing, they're thumping, they're doggone music and stuff like the badass, you know, swinging their head. Now, one of them have the balls to stand out here right now and say some shit about the doggone so-called white man. Now, one of them have the balls to say it. You don't have the balls. But you're supposed to be badass, so we're supposed to take you serious. We're supposed to take you serious. It says, but power shall shoot at them with an arrow, suddenly shall they be wounded. Now about smash our control scenes, which means what? He already know what they're going to do before they're going to do, because he put it in the heart of these doggone wicked doggone devils to go do it. So at the end of the day, if you build a puzzle, okay, if you build a puzzle or the trap, which really he's building a trap for Esau, okay, you have Esau create the nuclear missiles and all this weaponry, really to destroy themselves with it. All their things that they've created in the hopes of coming after us. You know, when they take your blood, they draw your blood. You know, they check it to see if it has the ability to heal or cure. You know, they try to create biological weapons that specifically target so-called blacks, okay, Native Americans and Latinos, and particularly blacks, because they know that the so-called Negroes are the Jews of the Bible, and that's those, which is where the tribe of Judah is where the Mashiach comes from, who the word ignorantly called Jesus, and they really want to target that particular tribe, okay, because that tribe is the men of that tribe are going to be the one that's going to rise up first, okay, and be the ones that's going to wake up these other tribes. See, the rest of Jake's is going to wake up when they see men of bravery, men of renown waking up, even though we're not in our power, waking up and have the balls, okay, and the gunyons to stand up and let this doggone devil, these doggone pasty ass, freaking doggone kid beasts here, these kites. No, okay, we despise your ass, okay? We despise you. You're an abomination to us. You're an abomination to us. Just like we are an abomination to you. Speaking right, speaking against your LGBTQ. Speaking about the fact that we're trying to sissify the men, okay? You're trying to emasculate the doggone, make the woman all masculine, okay? But that shit only works, again, that shit only works with the feeble-minded shitbags that wants to continue on in this earth. That don't work with us. It doesn't work with us. Y'all know it, and these people driving their car know it, okay? They know it. All right, here we go. We got a Rasta man coming. It says, so they shall make their own tongue fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. There's a division here in Great Babylon, America. A division. What's that division? That division is you have some that wants to persecute the children of Israel. Others like saying like, well, we can utilize them for slavery. We can always utilize them, let it all get gone. Okay? So they can't really make their mind up. They can't make their mind up, okay? I don't know if y'all caught that, but anyways, I'm not even gonna turn the camera on. Jake them finishing this one. Jake them finishing. It says, and all men shall fear and shall declare the work of power. They shall wisely consider of his doing. The righteous shall be glad in the Lord. Yahweh Shemel shall trust in him, and all the upright in heart and show glory. Why? Because when we expose Esau, and Esau is going to try to shut us down. This is the reason why you hear right now the elders, them, you know, many brothers are coming out. First of all, they're talking about the fact that, you know, because you can feel it through the spirit that a lot of people just think that this is an entertainment. You know, they're looking for that, you know, for you to get in a fist fight at camp, or they're looking for you to just sit down and just constantly yell out profanity or talk about it with the white man. This is bigger than that, okay? This is bigger than that. These scriptures is basically it's written as a guideline for you to survive. Okay, you're gonna have to have that knowledge of who you can trust and who you can't trust. When desperation, when rape, pillaging, and robbery and all kinds of shit start going down, you're gonna still have that weak mind mentality. Okay. Listening to people when they're crying and go, yeah, my kids haven't eaten, my children haven't eaten. No, there's a fire and fuck. The elect will eat. The elect will eat. You get men out here doggone getting into business that don't belong to them, or they shouldn't get into trying to rescue a hoe. Okay, the men of the Lord are not going to be to save a hoe move. We're not going to be in there to save your ass because you got snaps. You got to slip between your damn legs. If you're an elect lady, you're not going to have to worry about getting saved like that, okay? The Lord is going to preserve you. Some men are going to be sacrificed, okay? They're going to drag a couple brothers into the courthouse, and when that happens, brothers will be in there to support those brothers that are going to be dragged into the courthouse, okay? So we know that's going to happen, but the words of Yahweh Shai made it very clear that he's going to be the one that's going to speak for those brothers that are going to be having to go in the courthouse, okay, and be drilled and crashing. Because Esau thinks he's a smart ass and think that he knows it all. And he doesn't know a damn thing. He doesn't know a damn thing. See, these people are lost, man. Lost in a doggone source. Let's go into the book of Proverbs 28. And let's talk about the poor oppressing the poor. Because believe it or not, you actually have doggone the poor oppressing the poor. And we're going to use an example. Because these poor, the poor that's oppressing the poor, they're ambassadors to Esau, Slakia. These are ambassadors to Esau. And what is an ambassador? An ambassador is a representative or representation of a particular organization or a country or a nation or whatever the case is like that. In this case, we're going to use IUIC, Wi-Fi, okay, one body in Christ, whatever the hell their name is, and many of these other form there, but especially IUIC, since they're the biggest and the ones that obviously are benefiting the most from being ambassadors of Esau, and it's not going to work. It's not going to work in their favor. Okay, it says, a poor man that oppresseth the poor. This is Proverbs 28:3. It says, a poor man that oppresseth the poor is like a sweeping rain which leaveth no food. Okay, so here we are in this wicked land called Great Babylon America, or America, or the United States of America, known as spiritual Sodom and Egypt, for oppressed. You have the men of the Lord that are out here bringing out this truth in this gospel for our people to understand who they really are. That they're not just workers, they're not just super servants for Esau. They're not just doggone Latinos and Hispanics and so-called Negroes, or so-called Native Americans. That they're in fact the children of the Most High Yahweh Shemel Shai. That they are Yasharal, the Prince of the Power. That they are gods, okay, from a royal family, okay, unlike anything that has ever been known to man. But yet still you have a counterproductive, okay, organization known as IUIC that goes out there with great extent with all of their studios and, you know, videographers, and, you know, they even have their own network television, man. I mean, they're well, you know, they're taking all their skills that they have, that they use in the world, to bring it, to promote and go against this truth. Ingraining the name Jesus in the head of our people versus Yahweh Shai, which is the true Hebrew name of our Lord. Okay? Giving glory to the so-called white man's God for a few dollars. Exalting themselves, keeping these parties. See, Esau, like I said, with that diligent search that Esau does, is he understands that people are very simple. They like to have fun. Jake's want to feel like royalty. So what IUIC does is they tell Jake, okay, you're a Hebrew Israelite, that's great. Okay, you're kings, that's great. They'll call a brother a king. And in so much so, they'll keep these parties in which they can dress in these, you know, these exotic costumes. You know, rap battle, rap off, dancing, all kinds of stuff. And it's very festival. So it attracts the mindset of those that want to partake in Great Babylon America. At the same time, they want to partake in being a Hebrew Israelite. And you can't serve both. Like the scripture said, you can't serve Mammon and the Lord. You can't eat at both tables. You got to choose. And in the truth, you're not going to have that word on you. You're not going to have the word on you when you know that there's a doggone psychopath, sociopath man that wants to kill you. That everywhere you go, that you're being looked at as less than the doggone man. That everywhere you go, people want to lay hands on you and want to put you in the spirit world. Potentially your food could be poison. In fact, they're coming out and they're telling you that your damn food is poison. The medicines that they're giving you, okay, is worthless. Absolutely worthless. But they keep you in that entertainment or in that spirit of, don't worry about it, don't worry about it, we got you, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. Now imagine you find out you're a Hebrew Israelite, which is great. That really upped the ego of people who already were lost and have a pride on them, you know, which they inherit from being out in this world, from Esau. And now you can have festivities and you're led by a guy that can read the scriptures, but he distorts it. He distorts the truth. He adds and take away. He adds and take away. That's oppressing the poor, man. Not to mention the fees and all of the fact that they have people background checks or background checks on people, get their addresses, the social security number, okay, where they work, all of those things, and bank account, and having these people give the 20% donation or whatever the hell they're doing, or tithes every month, mandatory. Robbing the people just how the Christian church does. So they are a contradiction to the truth. But they're set up for that reason because they're used to sick out the undesirables of the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai doesn't want. Let's go into the book of John 15 and starting with verse 19. Okay, and let's talk about the fact that, you know, we're not part of that world anymore. We live here in this world. You walk, you breathe, you have to still pay bills, you work, you know, you still have to maintain, but we're not in the world anymore. And when you were in the world, as far as out there in the world, you knew something was different. You just didn't quite fit in. Your family didn't really like you. You weren't the son that your father wanted. Okay? you know, you're not the man that women, okay, of your tribe wants. You're too short, you're too dark, you're too ugly. Whatever the case is like that. All right? You go to a job interview and you have a slave name. There, you have a slave name. You have a slave name. Well, you have a slave name or corporate name. Sound white. Sound like a so-called white name. You have all of the qualification that basically, you know, the moron would think only a white person have those qualifications. So they interview you, and then you go in person, and they gasp, "Wow, you're not what they want. You're not what they want. Your qualifications mean not a damn thing because they are judging you based on your skin color." And for some reason, the world has been freaking doggone quantify that we are black, which is the most retarded doggone thing. And that's why I go ape shit on a motherfucker that comes and go, you referring to us black. Who the fuck is black? Has anyone seen a doggone black person? See, this is shit I'm talking about here. This is shit I'm talking about. Okay, so this is John 15, verse 19 says, "If you are of the world would love his own. But because you are not of the world, but I've chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you." And that's good. That's a good thing. Now you know why the world hated you, because you were chosen out of the world. And that's a good thing. Okay? Lord willing, any one of us could be part of that 144,000. Okay? We could very well be one of those angels that actually help Yahushua create the universe. I mean, wouldn't that be wonderful? But we don't know yet. It says, "Remember the word that I say unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord, the Mashiach. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours." Also, they didn't keep his. They crucified him. They threw him. They chose a murderer over the Hamashiach. Okay? And these 2/3 are here back again today, because you can see by their attitude towards sharing this truth that they disregarded as just fairy tale. They absolutely despise the Yahushua. They despise the Yahushua, and they despise the prophets. They despise order. Because when you're in a land of confusion like this, okay, every day it's like a playtime day for them. All right, you're ruled over by children, and what do kids like to do? They like to play, and this is Jake's them. They're constantly in a mode to play. Okay. Continuing, it says, let's go into Jeremiah 23:32. Because again, part of the walk of those ambassadors. Remember, we talking about an ambassador. An ambassador is a representation of an entity. Okay, it could be a country, it could be an organization. Okay, and like we said, IUIC, as far as this ministry goes with Hebrew Israelites, I consider them to be the ambassador of Esau. And they're manipulating our people. They are manipulating our people. They look like you. They look like you. They walk like you. They talk like you. All the festivities and everything like that. But they're oppressing you. And now, Jake, you don't understand that, okay? You really don't understand that. Let's go into Jeremiah 23. And let's talk about some of the things that these ambassadors actually do. This is Jeremiah 23, and starting with verse 32. Starting with verse 32. It's the book of Jeremiah 23, starting with verse 32, and it reads, "Behold, I am against them that prophesy false dreams, said the Lord Yahweh Shemeshah." What are those false dreams? It's not going to be any Jacob's trouble. You can take the mark of the beast there. Jesus will die for you. No, Yahweh shall die for them. Okay? But when you go to Revelation 13, it tells you the penalty of taking that. It tells you why that is actually put out there. It tells you the reason for the MOTB. Buy and sell. It's a new transaction agenda that can be bringing out. They're ready to roll it out as we speak right now in the form of healthcare, really. They're telling you Jacob's trouble has already been passed. fact, they're going so much to tell us the same. You got some of them out there trying to tell Jakes they're not even the Hebrew Israelites, and not everybody's a Hebrew Israelite. Okay, it says, and do tell them and cause my people to err by their lies or by their likeness. Yet I send them not, nor commanded them. Therefore, they shall not profit. This people of all said the Lord Yahweh Shai. When you think of the word prophet, that's P-R-O-F-I-T. Okay, usually that's used in terms of return on investment. When you sit down, you watch IUIC or any of these other camps that are giving you lies or telling you lies. Okay, there's no return on investment. This is what you can. I'm using an example here. There's no return on investment. You don't learn nothing from them except lies, and you're entertained. You know, bullhorn, speaking to mic. What happened to your voice? We speak audible enough that anyone within, decibel range can hear us. If you're meant to hear this, you would walk your monkey ass up here and you would hear and you would ask and you would inquire. You would stand there and you would listen. We don't need to attract your attention with a bullhorn or a doggone megaphone and have a table of cookies there waiting for you. I had a dreadlock Rasta man walking there or whatever the fuck he was, with the shorts on and little slippers and shit. Look at the little body boy, Bob Marley looking motherfucker. You think I'm going to stop him and say, hey, you're Hebrew Israelite? I don't give a fuck about his ass, man. The Lord ain't dealing with his ass. He's lost. Look at him. He's over there right now. I could flash this camera around, but I don't waste that freaking tug on energy because I have this camera. Focus on at the right angle, I hope. All right? But I'm not going to flash a camera in his ass or talk to him. If he wants to stop and inquire, sure. The first thing I'll tell him is cut that damn natty. Cut that doggone damn dangling locks of shit on him. All right? But you're not gonna profit learning from lies. You're wasting your doggone time. IUIC is wasting your time. Okay? Learn from the men that are gonna really come out and bring it out truth. You don't have anything to gain out of it. Our gain is gonna come from Yahushua himself. Yahushua is gonna be the one that's going to give the reward. We don't need your money or need your praises and stuff like that. All right? But you want to be in the team, Jake. This is Daniel 12. This is Daniel 12 and 1. Let's talk about the trouble we warn you about. Okay, because the problem with Jake is you don't want to eat the whole roll, man. You don't eat the whole roll. See, we wake up every single day. We know one day. We know, and I can speak for myself. One day, everything's gonna lock down. One day you're gonna probably look up in the sky and see a bunch of planes just fall out the doggone sky because there's an EMP go off or the pilot's committing suicide. You can hear mass killing for real, not no damn 1 or 2 or 5 people. You can have people who are gonna take their vehicles and use it as a doggone weapon to mow down people. One day you're gonna see a shortage of food. One day you're gonna hear a missile went off or a nuclear missile go off. Boom. And all of a sudden you hear an alarm goes off and you now know all of these doggone military bases now on high alert to go scramble their service members to go overseas to go fight. Ships are now going. You look over and you go stand up on the beach and all of a sudden, whether you're on the Pacific side of the United States, okay, on the West Coast, or on the East Coast, on the Atlantic, you see the ships out there heading to go do battle with these other nations, particularly Russia. And then you know that one day that is going to come to pass, but everybody's just losing it. This is what we live in every single day. We live with that. You people ride around, you walk around, you go around, okay, and you're happy. You don't care. You live in carefree. We don't. This is Daniel 12 and 1. It reads, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which stand up for the children of thy people. And there should be a time of trouble such as never since there was a nation, even to the same time. And at that time, people should be delivered, everyone that should be found written in the book of life. So we're talking about Jacob's trouble here. A trouble so horrible and so bad, okay, that the Lord dispatched a mighty angel to actually go and save and stand up on our behalf. That means that this man has gone to the point where he's no longer trying to catch you and throw you in the back of a rented UPS or FedEx bus, van. He's just going out there and just shooting you on the doggone street. And it talks about that in Jeremiah where people bodies can be piled up like doggone dung. Ain't nobody can be burying anybody. You can get uses that smell and shit. Okay? Heartless. What you have right now is a set of people right now, the people are becoming more heartless, man. They don't care nobody cares anymore. People are catching hell. Wickedness is abounding. Let's go on a visit with Solomon. And let's go on a visit with Solomon 5 and let's talk about a deliverance. Okay, one way that we would actually get a deliverance out of here. Because this is when people are going to realize who is really standing out there on the highway and the byway when they see this. Okay, let's go. Actually, let's start with verse 1. It says, this is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5. Start with verse 1, it reads, Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. Who's afflicted us? Esau the Edomite, the so-called white man, has afflicted us. But guess who else has afflicted us? Okay, you Hebrew Israelites, you doggone 2/3, man. Y'all have afflicted us. Those mockeries. Okay, some of you, if you had the ability right now, you would, and you could get away with it, you would probably put some of us in the spirit. You would already put us in the spirit world. You want us to shut up so bad. Why? Because it's plaguing you. Your spirit knows what we're saying is true. That things are not good for you. That things are going to go horrible. Okay, it says, when they see it, they should be troubled with terrible fear and should be amazed at the strangeness of the salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. We tell you that the Lord, the Mashiach, is going to return with the world called UFOs or IFOs, whatever. Okay, it's coming from space. Okay, space where the moon is, it's coming from there. So you are going to see the elect is going to get beamed up in those chariots. They call them clouds in the Bible, but they're chariots that the elect is going to get beamed up in. All right. I don't know why these cats are freaking going. So you're going on. The world is going to be amazed at that, because how is it that the men that you see out there on the highway and the byway that people ignore are those men that are going to be chosen by what they would call an extraterrestrial being that is invading the earth at the same time is rescuing a certain set of people? Okay, let's go into Amos 9 and 8. And let's talk about the destruction of America, because you get people, okay, there's all kinds of stuff over here that is not godly. Cigarette smoking, the Lord does not approve of that. Why would you put a doggone thin little fucking dick in your damn mouth? That's basically what it is. Basically, you've been taught by this doggone your oppressor to roll up a piece of paper with tobacco on it and put it in your mouth. To me, it looks like a doggone dick. So you're sucking on a fucking dick. That's basically what it comes down to. Alright? And I don't smell that damn shit. Fuck out here with that fucking crap. This is Amos 9 and 8. It reads, Behold, the Lord power are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob. The 12 tribes of Israel will destroy the wicked kingdom. The wicked kingdom is none other than Great Babylon, America, the United States of America. It is the wicked kingdom. The Lord, Yahweh Shemyash, has his eyes on it. Okay, so he's going to send the Mashiach, okay, with an armada of chariots to wage war, which is going to be a quick war. And the war is kind of ceremonious. I mean, it's just ceremonious. Really. Esau them don't have no chance. All right? But he's going to save the elect out of it. The Lord willing, like I said, I want to see it. Now, when they see the Mashiach returns, and the whole world is trembling because they can realize there's an invasion coming. The Mashiach is going to send his chariots out there at the four corners of the earth to gather the elect, beamed up. Boop. We get taken out of these bodies and go into those true bodies of ours, those God bodies, right? Into the fathership, which we don't know how big the fathership is, but I imagine the fathership is huge. It's got to be like the size of the earth, or it's huge. It's huge. And it's going to have rooms to sleep in, all kinds of stuff, and trees probably, I don't know, we don't know, right? But anyways, and then the fighter class, Okay? We're going to get the transport ship that's going to get us. And then, Lord willing, I'm saying us because, you know, we believe that we may be a member of the chosen. We believe, we hope. Let's put it that way. The transporter class ships that's going to get us. And then the fighter class ones that's going to get us. Like how Esau has like transport helicopter and planes. They're equipped with some weaponry, but not like the fighter jets and the other ones that's really designed for like really doing some mess, okay? And those are the ones that, those fighter class chariots are going to be the one that's going to come and tear this place up, man. So that's what's going to happen. These are things that goes in our mind because we know that Yahweh Shemashai is watching everything. He's watching all of us. We are all being watched. There is something written about every single one of us. No matter what the hell you do. No matter what you do. This is Psalm 47, Psalm verse 1. Let's talk about the power of the Most High here. We're going to the book of Psalms 47. The book of Psalms 47. Psalms 47 and starting with verse 1. This is the book of Psalms 47, Psalm verse 1, and reads, to the chief musician, a psalm to the sons of Korah. O clap your hands, all ye people. Shout unto power with the voice of triumph. For the Lord, Yahweh Shemashai Most High, is terrible. He's a great king over all the earth. Who is a great king over all the earth? Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Okay? He shall subdue the people under us, and the nations under his feet. So, you see that? The people that are oppressing us right now, they're going to be subdued by who? The king of the earth, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, the Almighty. He shall choose our inheritance for us, the excellency of Jacob, whom he loves, Selah, whom he loved. He loved us. He loved the 12 tribes of Israel. I don't think the 2/3 of them realize just how much of a love, how beautiful the love Yahweh Shemashai is for us. Okay? He loves us. He punishes us, but he loves us. When you come into this truth, you have to accept the fact that everything that went wrong with your life, you deserve every bit of it. And more. So we actually have mercy on us. Because even as brothers out here doing in this ministry, doing this work, do we fall? Yes. Do we do wickedness? Absolutely. All right? We can't help it. There's nothing we can do about it. We have to be taking on this flesh. We can't. And Yahweh even made it very clear. Don't try to even be over holy. Why kill yourself? You would kill your damn self if you try to. You literally have to go lock yourself up in a damn room. But guess what? Your own mind would betray you. Because you've been exposed to so much wickedness and so much perverseness, especially if you've been out in the world for a long time. You know, you're hooked on porn, hooked on crack, hooked on friggin' doggone dope, hooked on whatever, man. Gambling, hooked on pussy, hooked on every damn thing. Well, you think it's just gonna go to your head? Are you kidding me? Man, the devil's gonna play that crap over and over in your damn head, okay? So you can lock yourself up in a damn room in a straitjacket, okay? They push food underneath the door for you. Guess what? Your mind is gonna friggin' doggone betray you. Because why? We're in the sinful flesh. So we have to come out of this flesh in order to be able to for the Most High to deal with us, which is the reason why you have the Mashiach. That's the intercessor for us. And you have brothers out there, or I wouldn't even call them brothers. You got niggas out there talking about don't worship Yahweh Shai. Well then, why would you not show reverence to the one that saved you? Why would you not show reverence to the one that gave up his life for you? Why would you show reverence to the one that's going to come back and rescue you when this man is about to obliterate you out of damn existence? And that obliteration already starting right now, starting in 2025, but this man is throwing out people in doggone cages like damn dogs. And you still get the nerve to tell me you don't worship Yahweh Shai? Come on, man. But that shows you just how stupid niggas are, man, and ungrateful. Why don't you shut the fuck up there over there at IUIC? I don't speak well. I'm not really a polished friggin' speaker as far as kissing man's ass and shit like that. So I'm not looking at you like friggin' on change your mind. I'm just gonna tell you you're a fucking nigga over there at fucking IUIC, and that's just like that. Alright? I don't have to strain all the energy all the time, nor do I give a fuck about fucking fucking trying to like, oh, why don't you just change your mind? Nah. You were set up to be a poisonous fucking shitbag traitor, man. Hold on. This is Deuteronomy 10. And starting with verse 14, it reads, "Behold, the heaven and the heaven of heavens is the Lord's, Yahweh Shemashai, thy power, the earth also within all that therein is." Everything is his. Heaven, the heavens of heaven, earth, space, and then where he lives. Only the Lord, Yahweh Shemashai, had a delight in thy fathers to love them, and he chose their seed after them, even you above all people, as it is to this day. Circumcise therefore the foreskin of your heart and be no more stiff-necked. Understand this, okay? We are from a very premium royal line. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Which specific tribe we are from, we don't really clearly know. Okay, we have an idea, okay, and we, as such, announce ourselves in that. We think we're the tribe of Judah, we think we're the tribe of Benjamin, tribe of Gad, whatever the case is like that. We're going to find out when we get on board the ship. Right? We're going to find out. This is Titus 1, Psalm verse 10. Let's talk about the filthy lucre preachers. Because if you knew something about the enemy, you knew that he was just a caveman. You know that he's nothing, that he was a created abomination that's going to be destroyed, that's going to go into perpetual slavery. Wouldn't you be like ecstatic of coming out and pushing that in his face? I'm ecstatic to tell the doggone caveman, Esau, even like so-called white man, these kikes that are these fake phony ass kikes, Jews, okay, Jewish motherfuckers over there. You're a piece of shit. The Lord described you as what? Foolish children, okay? Foolish children, vile, okay, abominable. And he created you for the day of destruction. And I always have a pleasure in just letting Esau know that. I really like to let Esau know that. Let's go into Titus 1 and start verse 10. It reads, "For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision, which is the ones who actually know that they're Hebrew Israelite, out there preaching with the bullhorn, okay? Whose mouth must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things which they ought not, for filthy lucre's sake, meaning of what you've been paid off." So anytime you have a man that's proclaimed to be the man of the Lord that is going to be paid off by the doggone devil, he's teaching for filthy lucre's sake. He's not teaching with sincerity. He's not teaching for the benefit of the people. He's not going to be a return on investment, okay, for the children of Israel. He's not. Their mouths need to be shut, and the Lord will shut their mouth up one day through horrific judgments, maybe. Or maybe they get put inside one of those doggone internment camps, and boy, if that happens, I can't wait to laugh. Yeah. Now you're crying inside there. Oh, I wish I'd listened to GMS, or I wish I'd listened to those guys, or those guys that were doing the right thing. Now, listen, you think a guy like Nate is going to go and spend money to bail your ass in jail? You think a guy like doggone, you think those men who exalt themselves in IUIC, pompous fucking fat ass niggas, you think they're going to go friggin' show up to your doggone court case, or your friggin' or come visit you at the dog kennels, or like the internment camps to see for your well-being, to see if they're treating you well? No, they can scurry, man. They don't know you. Those are men with no honor. They're selfish fucking doggone niggas, man. They're not gonna show up. I don't get how you do is even wasting your time with that crap, man. Must be insecurity or fucking lonely or something like that. This is Ecclesiastes 12. Okay? There's what you want and what is reality. Alright? There's what you want and what is reality. Don't impose in your mind somebody give a fuck about you more than they actually do in real life. Assume nobody gives a shit about you, and if they show love for you, great. Lovely. Alright? Ecclesiastes 12:16, it reads, "An enemy speaking sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagined how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep at his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood." Why would he not be satisfied with blood? Because he's insatiable. The devil is insatiable. The devil is insatiable because he wants you doggone Latinos, he wants you blacks, he wants your blood. He's gonna take you doggone El Paso. All these people driving around your car here in El Paso. The devil, the so-called white man, is building a camp over there to put you in. He's building a camp to put you in. You're a Hebrew Israelite, buddy. You're a Hebrew Israelite. Bring that fancy Jeep over here. You don't need that. You're a Hebrew Israelite. Right? See, these people never see anything like it. They're not used to it. They want to go sit down in the air condition. Some doggone sweaty ass doggone dude, not a whole lot of nothing, just entertaining your ass, and serve you Kool-Aid or switchy afterward, and Johnny cake. Well, okay, that's in the Bahamas. Okay, serve you Kool-Aid or sweet water, sweet colored water with lychee or something like that, right? Since we're living out here. But this man speaks sweetly with his lip, man. But he said he's looking to throw you over. At one hand, this man is telling you, man, I got y'all. But I'm only going after the criminals. I'm only going after the bad guys. Well, wait a minute. You're not according to your news is saying something different. Do you know why the doggone Edomites are reporting it too? But deep down, these Edomites know. And Lord, when I do a lesson on that day, this week, the Spirit comes on me. Okay? Deep down, these Edomites know damn well that eventually they're going to be next. Oh, they know. This is Ecclesiastes 13. And it reads, Ecclesiastes 13, and we're going to go to 4, 6, and 12. It reads, if thou be for his prophet, he will use thee, but if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee. Who's talking about Esau? If he can use you, he's using you out here, I see, and when they're done with you, they're going to throw you away. Okay? This is 6, he said, if you have a need of thee, he will receive thee, and smile upon thee, and put thee in hope. He will speak thee fair and say, what wantest thou? Do y'all really think that y'all going to go down in a doggone those dungeon or those underground cities or whatever, their hideouts, when shit breaks loose on this earth because y'all have done the deception for them, working for them, misleading the people? No. The Lord is going to see to it that y'all stay right up here and get that judgment hardcore. Okay? Let's go into verse 12. It says, but cruelly he will lay up thy words and will not spare to do thee hurt, but to put thee in prison. Let's talk about that for a second. Because at the same time, IUIC is going out there, they have a picture of Caesar Borgia, who the world even called Jesus, okay, or the likeness, they're trying to make for him. They have a horns on his head. They talk about the doggone white man, but at the same time, they're calling out on the damn white man's idol or his deity, which is not really, who don't have any power at all. So at the same time, they're condemning themselves, but they're working for the white man, but they're condemning themselves. You don't think the doggone white man is going to take that doggone, take those words that y'all say out there, IUIC and New York camps, okay, and the videos of the past that y'all did, even before they start paying y'all to speak against his truth, and use that for you in the court. Esau is a devil. He works. He's not gonna play it fair, you dumb dudes. He's gonna take the old videos from 10 years ago and say, this is what y'all were doing. They ain't gonna show the videos of recently of what y'all doing, with the contract that y'all made with them. And then they can use those and use those to convince the public that y'all ought to be executed and thrown into those doggone internment camps. Okay? Y'all better recognize, man. Let's go into Job 16. Okay, let's go into Job 12 and verse 16. Let's talk about the deceiver his. It says, with him is strength and wisdom to deceive, and deceiver are his. The Lord Yahweh Shemashai can deceive you with a deceiver, but both are his. IUIC is working for the Most High Yahweh Shemashai. Simultaneously, Esau is working for the Most High Yahweh Shemashai. Esau, in turn, is using IUIC to deceive the people that the Lord Yahweh Shemashai don't want. You see how that works? It's not as complex as you think it is. But what it really boils down to when you think about it is the fact that the Lord Yahweh Shemashai could have you in a trick bag and you don't even know, man. And this is why one of the most fearful thing is the fact that you think you're doing the right thing, and all the while, you get tossed in the side. The Lord don't know you. He said, get away from me. I don't know you. Man, if you ever been done by a chick that you really like, you'll know how that feels. All right? Or you've been ostracized from something that you really desired, you'll know how that feels. But multiply it to infinity. Multiply it to infinity. It's Malachi 1:14, it reads, but curse be the deceiver, which had in his flock and male and raw, and sacrifice it unto the Lord, a corrupt thing. For I am a great king, said the Lord of hosts, and my name is dreadful amongst the heathen. Dreadful amongst the heathen. Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? In the name, Savior, the Most High, self-existence, eternal. We can't come to him directly. We have to go to the Savior. We open up everything with Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? We don't even make plans without saying Lord's will. We can't boast of tomorrow. We ain't guaranteed shit. I'm not guaranteed to get home from this camp. Okay? So Lord's will, I will get home safely. Let's go into Proverbs 18. Again, we're spectacles out here on the highway and the byway. These people are not used to seeing order. That's the reason why they're not going to come up here, because when you post signs so that I have the scriptures, people right away know that they're not going to walk up to you with some BS. Most likely, they've seen online the Hebrew Israelites, and they know if you come up here, you're going to be told something that maybe doesn't click with you. Okay, that you're a Hebrew Israelite and you need to change your ways, which is what a lot of people are not ready for. They're not ready to commit themselves. This is this is Proverbs 18 and 7, verse 7 and 10. It says, a fool's mouth is his instruction, his lips, and the snare of his soul. Okay, foolish mouths. We got a lot of damn fools amongst the Hebrew Israelites, mainly with the 2/3, and even those who are circumcised, who are out here on the highway and the byway with the bullhorns, talking shit. Talking shit. Okay, it says, the name of the Lord, Yahweh Shemashah, is a strong tower, the righteous run into it and is safe. You're not safe with Jesus. You're not safe with Christ. You're safe with Yahweh Shai. You're safe with Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. That's what you're safe with. One way or the other, every single one of us is going to have to scream that out. When this man comes with his doggone gun, stomping your guts out, coming at you to kill everybody he sees, you're going to have to pray to Yahweh Shemai Shai to bring food to you, to have food provided to you when your belly is grumbling, or when you're injured, for him to heal you. All kinds of things. You might be camped out there somewhere, you might be in charge of a group of women and kids, and another man scared of their doggone mind. 1 minute you're in a house, everybody in the house in air conditioning, whatever, eating. The next minute you're out there running for your damn life. And you're gonna have to pray to Yahweh Shemai try to enclose you or have that circle of protection around you. Have his angels continue to protect you. Let's go into Job 20 and let's finish off with what's gonna happen to Esau. Okay, it's always a pleasure to let Esau know what's in store for his monkey ass. Okay, this is Job 20, starting with verse 19, and it reads, because he had oppressed and had forsaken the poor, because he had violently taken away a house which he built not, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly, he shall not save of that which he desired, which is to be like the Most High, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, to be able to see, hear, and know everything that everybody's doing on this earth. This is why they're putting up their surveillance cameras. They want to inject you with that doggone MOTB, the RFID microchip, and if you go against it, hey, we're going to throw you in a doggone kennel. All right? Yeah, that's a new term I call these doggone internment camps, kennel. Because when you look at a dog kennel and these internment camps, you look at Jacob right now. Okay, they're not building fancy doggone internment camps for us, man. They're building shitholes. Imagine going to go use a toilet that's running over after about 200 or 300 people already use it. Oh my goodness, man. The disease is going to be rampant. That's why one of the things that we're going to die from is going to be pestilence, disease that we're going to catch from amongst people. They throw you in a cage with people who are probably have HIV, AIDS, STDs, all kinds of shit. Okay. says, there shall be none of his meat left, therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency, it shall be in straits, every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. They will, the poor will come upon him. The poor is going to rise up against him. It's not going to work. The MOTB is not going to work, Esau. It's not going to work. It's just a test. All right? It's not going to work. When he's about to fill his belly, power shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he's eating. Boy, oh boy. See that word wrath? That's a scary word right there. When you think of wrath, the word wrath, and Most High is Yahweh Shema is going to crash. Is, oh my goodness, it's going to be horrible for Esau. It's going to be bad. It's going to be so bad. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him true. It is drawn and come out of his body, yea, the glittering sword come out of his gall. Terrors are upon him, and okay, you're talking about countries rising up and stuff, saying like this is bullshit. You're gonna have World War III. Okay, and that's this basically, and I think the way Apostle Taha actually did it in the order, you can have the MOTB. Yeah, the MOTB, which is gonna be simultaneous with Jacob's trouble, which is gonna then lead into World War III. Somewhere in the middle of that World War II, you're going to have Yahweh Shai return, okay, to do battle with these earth military forces. Okay, it says, all darkness shall be hid in the secret places. The fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. The heaven shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. Okay. His iniquities, his wickedness, all his deeds that he's done is going to be revealed. Everything about this man is going to be revealed. Because again, their tongue is going to fall on them. They're going to tell of the evil things that even we can't find out. They're going to talk about it. Okay, we did this, we did that, we conspired to do this, we conspired to do that. Okay? The increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath. This is the portion of the wicked man from power and the heritage appointed unto him by power. So this is what's going to happen to Esau. Esau does not have a future. So why in the hell would you bow down to a man that has no damn future, Jake? I put out a video saying, don't bow to him. You don't have to. He doesn't have a future. I just read to you what his future is. It's destruction. But leading up to that destruction, he's going to be in dismay and just terror. The Lord is going to terrorize Esau the same way that Esau has terrorized us. Okay, he's going to know what the real bully of the universe is all about. Okay, Lord willing, the elect was edified, the close of it, giving all glory unto Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem, Rakakadash, Shalom.